What's up, guys, for another video, and today we're back with another reaction video. Today we're going to be reacting to 10 theories about... We're going to do a new reaction series. We're going to do a conspiracy theories video, reaction video. So today we're going to be reacting to 10 theories about Nickelodeon shows that will ruin your childhood. Basically, I'll link the video down below. And this is basically a series where it's a mini reaction series where I'm going to react to shows or network shows. It could be like a single, like Girl Meets World, Austin and Ally, certain Nickelodeon show, House of Theory, or something like that. I'm gonna react to some of them and make a video. So basically, it's reacting to theories about the show to see if I know them and how my perception of the show will be. I've seen one theory, but that I was gonna react to. I couldn't find the video, the original video I saw it in. So I'm just gonna react to the entire thing, and I thought I'd start a mini series. Okay, let's get started. Oh shit.
A staple of many childhoods was Nickelodeon. The classic shows, great Nicktoons, and game shows made for hours and hours of television. Through the years, shows have come and gone, but as fans look back on their favorites, some pretty shocking theories have boiled to the surface. See what characters actually died, who crossed over onto other shows, and what shocking revelations may come from your favorite Nicktoons. Before you watch, click subscribe. You'll join the notification squad and be the first to know of new content. Also, can you guess which movie is represented by these emoji? Stay tuned at the end to find out.
Never mind any of these. Let's go.
Timmy Turner is Danny Phantom. Growing up with fairy godparents has given Timmy Turner some great perks. We followed his adventures through 10 seasons of the hit Nicktoon Fairly Odd Parents and even saw the addition of a third godparent by the name of Poof. Timmy can wish for anything he wants and gets to go on all sorts of adventures. Of course, Timmy's fun only lasts to the age of 13. That's when the godparents have to move on from their assignment. This left lots of fans wondering about the future of Timmy, but the answer is clear according to a widespread theory. Upon turning 13, Timmy wishes to become a ghost-fighting superhero, and his whole world is transformed into Danny Phantom. That's right, a popular theory states that Danny Phantom and Timmy Turner are actually the same person. The characters have very similar looks and the same color eyes. Supporting evidence can also be found through the show's supporting characters. Chester looks like a younger version of Dash, AJ is a younger version of Tucker, and Trixie is a younger version of Paulina. The characters not only look alike, but they also have similar personality traits. Considering that both shows were created by Butch Hartman, the connection makes more sense and is only even stronger.
Okay, this is getting weird.
Hey, SpongeBob.
Yes, Patrick?
Do you know how to swim?
No.
SpongeBob is reborn. For a show that's been on for nearly 20...
Yo, YouTube, what is up with your ads? Give me a second here. I hate YouTube right now for doing this.
SpongeBob is reborn. For a show that's been on for nearly 20 years and counting, SpongeBob SquarePants has gone through several changes over this time. One of the biggest differences between the personality and the way SpongeBob acts can be seen at the start of Season 5. In this season, SpongeBob appears much more childish. He's not as intelligent as he once was, and he does a lot more immature things with his friends like Patrick. The drastic change in character points to one theory stating that SpongeBob was actually reborn after dying, and that his newborn younger self doesn't have the same maturity as his previous incarnation did. Wondering when SpongeBob died and was reborn? It's all on film for you. In the first SpongeBob SquarePants feature-length film, SpongeBob and Patrick are captured and brought to a beach souvenir shop. They're put under a heated lamp at a table and dry out. The movie shows a tear bring them back to life, but real-life sponges are actually asexual and can reproduce on their own. SpongeBob didn't come back to life. He was merely reborn again. The younger and immature SpongeBob also explains why he didn't remain the manager of the Krusty Krab as seen at the end of the movie.
All I wanted was revenge.
Revenge!
The Fake Pete, one of the more quirky and bizarre shows to ever appear on
this show I've never seen, so
Nickelodeon was The Adventures of Pete and Pete. The two brothers lived a strange life filled with superheroes, ice cream men, and some pretty crazy scenarios involving friends and family. Things may just seem a little weirder when you consider a fan theory stating the younger Pete was actually a fictional manifestation of the older Pete. Basically, it says that Pete had schizophrenia, and he envisioned the younger Pete as a way to capture years of youthful adventures he missed out on. Pete would also manifest other characters on the show, like the strong man named Artie. The theory has some evidence in the form of the way the characters act around Pete. Also for the simple fact that his parents would name both children by the same name. The mom on the show also has a metal plate on her head, which could have been the result of a condition passed down to the older Pete. Does the whole theory sound familiar?
No.
It basically plays out like a child's version of Fight Club, where Tyler Durden isn't a real character but still has the ability to interact and communicate with the narrator of the story.
What? Let's see what this is.
Crazy Steve kidnapped Carly.
Jesus Christ! This is the theory that I was talking about. I kind of know it, but it's like, what the heck? Crazy Steve's kid. Let's watch this.
Producer and writer Dan Schneider has spent years developing shows for Nickelodeon. He's had several back-to-back hits, starting with Drake and Josh, transitioning to iCarly, and then eventually forming into crossover hits like Victorious and Sam and Cat. There's one thing connecting the universe of all these shows, and that's a character known as Crazy Steve.
Jesus
Played by
Christ.
Jerry Trainer, Crazy Steve made his debut in Drake and Josh as one of the movie theater employees.
Okay.
Once iCarly premiered, the actor Jerry Trainer played Carly's older brother Spencer, but fans quickly strung a theory together, making you question whether Spencer is really Carly's brother at all.
What?
The theory states that Crazy Steve eventually killed Drake and Josh while kidnapping their younger sibling Megan.
Another ad! People, this is YouTube. I need to get an ad block on this stupid thing.
And Josh while kidnapping their younger sibling.
I need to get an ad block
Through
for next time.
manipulation and brainwashing,
Let's go.
Crazy Steve moved Megan to Seattle, forced her to change her name to Carly, and the rest is history. The theory seemed a little far-fetched at first. That is until a random episode of Sam and Cat showed Crazy Steve in an insane asylum. This helped make the final connection, and revealed Crazy Steve was finally caught after Carly got away on the series finale of iCarly. If Sam and Cat had continued to produce more episodes, we may have gotten more answers about the true story of Crazy Steve.
Yo, what?
Drake and Josh, the reality show.
Okay, this one,
Every episode of Drake and Josh pretty much.
Sorry, this one I've actually felt like it was I can understand. This one, even while when I was watching the show, I felt the actual thing. Okay, I felt like this was the actual thing when I was watching the show. If my English was broken there you go.
Much began the same way. Drake and Josh would talk to the camera, showcase their point of view, and help set up the plot for the whole episode. While it appeared to have been done as a creative choice, later clues from down the line may reveal that Drake and Josh was actually a show within a show. The reality show followed the characters' lives as they dealt with their teenage years and their mixed family life. Some of the biggest clues to the reality show theory actually come from other Nick shows. On Victorious, multiple characters have referred to watching the show, and on iCarly, clips of the show have been shown.
Alright.
How come that little girl's so good at pranks?
One of the biggest clues comes from a character played by Yvette Nicole Brown. On Drake and Josh, Brown played the movie theater manager named Helen Dubois. On Victorious, the same character comes to take over as principal of Hollywood Arts High School. If the characters on Victorious watch Drake and Josh and the same character shows up at their school, then this is pretty much a confirmation that Drake and Josh was a reality show set in their connected universes.
God damn it.
Oh, a treasure map.
Hold up. Hold up. What the fudge did I just listen to? That was amazingly weird. Let's continue.
This is
it was all a little weird.
Steve's drug problem. Poor Blue's
Clues.
God. The preschool show we watched way beyond our preschool years has been under the microscope of rumors and theories for years. Some of the craziest rumors came when Steve left the show and was replaced by Joe. But
Jesus
people still
Christ,
kept coming
Joe.
up with theories about the adventures of grown man.
Jesus Christ, Joe, you leave the show.
Has with his puppy Blue. As rumors of Steve's
I
death
love
in
this
real
show.
life were proven to be false, other rumors sparked up about the character and the stories he comes up with. One of the more popular theories involves Steve taking drugs. The character's use of heavy and hard drugs has created the whole alternate reality where Blue and everything in his house comes to life. How else would you explain talking salt and pepper shakers who had a child together named Paprika? Things seem even more drug-induced when Steve starts jumping into paintings.
Okay,
and
this
going
is
on all
true.
sorts of crazy adventures adventures right inside his own home.
I
These
feel you,
moments
I feel
can
you.
all be seen as drug hallucinations.
I kind
For all
of
we
getting
know,
this one.
Steve is just lounging in his big chair, letting his mind run wild. You can only imagine the drugs and lifestyle the character got into when he left the house to Joe and headed off to college.
I wish for no more
Okay, let's go.
lunch or dinner. Just dessert.
Timmy Turner's antidepressants. The fairly
Antidepressant? What do you mean antidepressant?
Odd Parents had 10 seasons of happiness and adventures, but it didn't always start out this way. Timmy
go.
Turner was not a happy child
What?
at the beginning. He had troubles at school, was
Okay,
often
we-
neglected by his parents, and he was forced to deal with Vicky, his horrible babysitter. According to a theory, all of these factors led to depression. To
Wow.
help with his depression, Timmy didn't get the help of fairy godparents, but rather was prescribed antidepressants he manifested into his alternate view of godparents. Each godparent Timmy has could be broken down into different antidepressant medications. The antidepressant Prozac is represented by Wanda.
What the heck?
Prozac is known for allowing a person to be calm and focused, much like Wanda is in the series. Cosmo represents the antidepressant medication known as Zoloft. This works to make you more giddy and excited rather than
What?
depressed, and represents exactly how Cosmo acts in the series. The pills are taken in Timmy's room, which just happens to be the place where the fairies appear. Anytime the fairies run out of magic or disappear, it's essentially the pills wearing off, and Timmy's depression starting to take hold again.
Wow.
Come to think of it, we're getting a little depressed just thinking about
Yeah,
this
I
theory.
am. Oh no, what is this show? This show? What does this show got to tell me? Me stop watching the show? Start watching this show again?
Jimmy Neutron's government conspiracy.
Oh,
Jimmy
God.
Neutron is a boy genius who
Yeah.
entertained Nick fans for over a decade. Looking back on the series, there were some odd things involving the characters and the town
Okay.
of Retroville. A widespread theory about the show puts everything into a perspective easy to explain. Jimmy and the other children were genetically modified government experiments used to help
What?
with military research and inventions. Basically, Jimmy's whole life is a big lie. The town of
And
Retroville
what?
is a front, with paid actors used to play citizens. This is one of the reasons no one bats an eye when Jimmy flies around in a rocket or has some sort of crazy weapon. This is also a reason why a number of Jimmy's inventions just happen to disappear. Once invented, the government takes them for their own research development. The theory is proven
What?
even further with the show's presence of Area 86. The secret government facilities exist in Retroville and are obviously the headquarters where Jimmy and all of his friends are tracked and researched. Jimmy's
What?
work and inventions have been influenced by several seemingly random events in the town. But maybe those were purposely created to get the new inventions the government needed.
What?
Are you afraid of the dark, scariest ghosts? One of Nickelodeon's greatest shows
Okay,
will
what is this
always
show?
be Are You Afraid of the Dark? The anthology series followed a group of friends known as the Midnight Society as they took turns telling scary stories around a campfire. Aliens, clowns, and witches were just a few of the tales keeping kids up late at night in the
Okay,
90s
what is
and early
the show
2000s.
anyway? I've never seen it.
The show touched on many different subjects, but one of the scariest aspects may have been the Midnight Society themselves. A theory speculates that the Midnight Society was actually made up of the ghosts of teens who died young. Breaking down the various events can help shed light on this eerie theory. The characters at
What?
night. They were never seen in their everyday
What?
life, and they all seem to come from different directions in the
Really,
woods.
what is
Their
this?
parents never cared how late they stayed out, and none of them really touched on lives outside of their ghost story group. When a new member joined the group, they represented another tragic death of a teen. When a member left the group, they crossed over to the other side as the Midnight Society represented a state of limbo, until the teen ghosts can confront their darkest fears and sins. Now reliving the series just got a little scarier.
Yep.
Definitely something else.
I felt like I was kissing.
Okay, what show is this?
Never mind. Complete friend zone.
Clarissa explains it all to her children.
What?
Before Melissa Joan Hart wooed audiences with her witchy magic on Sabrina the Teenage Witch, she was making fans with her likable character and family life on Clarissa Explains It All. The show lasted for 5 seasons
Okay.
on Nick, and the final episode
I've heard
left
of the
us with
show.
a fantasy glimpse at the future,
I don't know
but
what
we
you know.
never knew some of the future would become a reality. In one of the
What?
more legitimate theories found from Nick shows, the 90s series may have a connection to the 2004 series entitled Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. On the show, we're never
Boy, that's my favorite show. That's one of my favorite Nickelodeon shows I ever watch. I'll stay up all night watching that if I wanted to.
introduced to Ned's parents. But we do learn that Ned's second surname is Darling, the same as Clarissa. This could easily be brushed off as a random coincidence, but a further clue about Ned's father adds more to the connection. In another episode, Ned refers to his father as Sam, the name of Clarissa's neighbor and love interest from the series. This means that Ned could be the love child of Clarissa and Sam. But it's pretty clear that Sam isn't stepping up to be the father he should be. Maybe he's too busy visiting other houses and climbing up windows with his trusty ladder. Of course, the connection may seem legit if you ignore the release of the official Clarissa novel where she's childless. And there you have it.
Alright! Yeah, guys, thank you guys for... That was a really good video. The one I never knew that shocked me was the Jimmy Neutron, the last one we just saw about the classical school survival guide theory. If you guys have any other theories you guys want me to, like Disney, if you want me to do, or any other shows you want me to look at their theories for, then leave them in the comment down below. I'll see you guys. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys like this video, don't forget to smash the like button. I would see you guys in the next one. And I'm going to be live streaming later on today. This video is going up. So yeah, guys, don't forget to recommend. I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace.